Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy, JayAguila.
And this is Luisito.
And we're back again in person doing a great episode for y'all. Once again, this is season 4. We thank everybody for supporting us on all of the social media, on the YouTube page, on the Facebook page, as well as on all of the podcast app, Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, if you have that, Radio Shack, not Radio Shack, Podcast Shack or something like that. It's some weird app, but you guys know.
But yeah, basically, if they do just literally go to Google, do Providence Lucha Talk, and we're everywhere. So
yeah, we're almost everywhere. We're gonna be on the Facebook one real soon too, but that's here nor there. Luisito, tell me, how are you doing? How was your week since our last meetup?
It was good. I know over the weekend I did the editing, so go watch our last episode.
Please do.
Hard work on that one, but
like
it was
and subscribe.
So editing. I had Saturday off, which was kind of crazy. The first Saturday in forever, and I'll have next Saturday off. This one coming up, and that's the wrestling show that we'll talk about later on. But the Ring of Honor one. I was hanging out. I think this summer is gonna be decent with the schedule. So especially now we have a schedule for our podcast now, and I think we're getting into a routine. It's
I think you guys should be able to hear our audio stuff on Sundays, as well as the video within Tuesday to Wednesday, the latest. So definitely keep your eyes on. I'm not going to give a time frame because, I don't want to put pressure on Luisito like that. And, make sure you say thank you to this man because he is putting in the hard work. And personally, thank you. Yeah. Amazing job. As for myself, since the last episode, I felt very proud of what we accomplished. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to thank Big Frank and his friends here at the
Collaborative
Club here in East Providence. Definitely book your session here for photos, video, recording. They do it all. Check them out on their social media, Collab Club, on the Instagram. And once again, shout out to Big Frank. He might be coming in later on. He might not, but we still love the kid for what he do. So yeah, very energetic, very happy. But let's get into
definitely.
Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about wrestling. All right. So Ric Flair finally announced his opponent for his last match ever.
Yeah.
Hopefully ever. And my apologies for you have my AirPod. I'm not being told what to say. But yes, it's going to be a tag team match. Is Mr. Ric Flair himself, his son-in-law Andrade in his corner versus
Double J
Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett and Lethal J in his corner.
I think it's weird.
Wow.
It's going to be so that's going to happen next, I think the 30th, the Sunday, the 30th.
I'm pulling up the actual date.
The thing is a lot of things going to happen that weekend.
A lot
of
stuff.
So this weekend, we have Ring of Honor, and Jay Leto's going to go against Samoa Joe.
July 31st on a Sunday.
So I don't know what's going to happen from this weekend to next weekend, but this weekend we have Jay Leto against Samoa Joe for the TV championship, Ring of Honor TV championship.
Not bad.
Next week, we have SummerSlam, and Jeff Jarrett is the guest, referee for one of the matches at SummerSlam before the 30th, the Saturday SummerSlam. Sunday is the Ric Flair's event.
So we're saying he's doing
double duty.
WWE.
Yep, SummerSlam. Jeff Jarrett. Yep.
He's doing Ring of Honor, and he's doing the Indies for the Ric Flair event.
Yep.
Wow, that's triple, my guy.
So that's a good thing, being Jeff Jarrett. But I wonder if we will see a new champion show up with Jeff Jarrett, possible.
Okay.
And how would, not stamina was whatever, but he's only doing referee work. But I don't know if that's going to affect Jeff Jarrett going to Ric Flair. So I think Ric Flair could get an upper hand because he had a busy weekend.
Okay. I hear you. I think, first of all, shout out to Double J for doing this for Ric Flair. I was listening to Ric Flair in the Pivot podcast, and he definitely expressed like the importance of this match. You know what I'm saying? It's just one more match after this man defeated Death multiple times.
Airplane, car,
his
stroke,
health,
everything.
Cholesterol, ex-wife's trying to stab everything. This man has done it all, and he's just like really getting prepared for this. And this interview was about like a few months ago, but it like if you see his social media, he is putting in the work. He's getting ready for this match, but let's all be honest. Andrade and Jay Lethal they're Lethal Jay. They'll put in the work. They're going to do the whole type of matchup build up and give Ric Flair that momentum towards the end for sure. The winner I think is going to be Ric Flair.
He has to.
Obviously, it has to be Ric Flair. But would it be like hypothetically? Would it be bad if Double J and Lethal J beat Ric Flair and Andrade in his event?
But if that happens, Andrade has to pick up the loss. Okay. Ric Flair cannot lose. Like himself, he cannot get pinned or submitted.
I could agree with that. I could definitely agree with that.
It's Ric Flair's event. He's booking it, so I don't think he's gonna book himself a loser.
No.
But even
hypothetically,
and I will say in that card, I have to look it up on my Twitter. I say that to myself, but that card for that pay-per-view, like they incorporating every single company. So you have a match from MLW, you have a match for Impact, you have a match from AW, and you have a match for NWA. So you have a little bit of everything.
So WWE is the only one that didn't get an invite for this Last Dance.
Correct.
Damn.
So we have, the card is, I'll show you right now. So that's the card. So it's going to be crazy. And we'll put it online so you guys can see it.
So big main event is Ric Flair and Andrade versus Double J and Jay Lethal, Lethal J, as I've been saying it for the past 2 minutes. We have Kerry and Ricky Morton versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson. Aren't they called like the Blonde Varsity?
Yeah, but I think since it's gonna be they're gonna be part of like the Four Horsemen. That's what they're being managed by at the moment for that match.
I definitely see R. Anderson is being there in the background. We got Ray Phoenix and Torres versus
so that's a AAA match, right?
Ladero and Bandido. They're all doing like maybe a Fatal 4 type of match.
That's gonna be a good one. Killer Cross is gonna be in that one too. I think he's part of MLW.
Killer Cross.
Yep.
With his beautiful white Scarlet. Shout out to Miss Scarlet with Davey Boy Smith Jr. We got Clark Connors versus Ren Mariga from New Japan.
And he's from Forbidden Door. The guy, Clark Connor, he's from the Forbidden Door, the one that faced Okada. He was the North Atlantic one. That's what the Miro. So he was the guy from Miro. So I like the card because it's like, it's basically Ric Flair's, he's the headliner. But he gave an outlet for everybody to showcase a little bit of every
WWE. We have the Machine Guns, Motor City Machine Guns versus the Wolves. We have Rachel Ellering versus Dana Perrazzo. It says Jordan Grace.
She's a champion.
Is it a triple threat match?
I think so.
Oh wow! And then we have the Von Eriks versus the Briscoe brothers, who not knowing if they're going to be tag team champion or not.
Ring of Honor champion? Yeah.
Let's segue into that conversation. That was a nice promo for 6 minutes on social media. What's your thought between FTR, the Briscoes, talking about this match?
It's going to be history. I feel like FTR needs to complete basically every title in order for them to start dropping it. The Briscoes were the main guys for Ring of Honor back in the day, or until before they got bought out. And they're getting involved in NW. They were part of NW for a little bit. Now they're Impact. I think it's gonna be a good match. I think FTR retains. It's gonna be close, but I feel like FTR needs to complete everything. So basically, like put a stamp like we are the best. Then start dropping the titles and kind of like give everybody their title back, and everybody could be like more competitive. But FTR has to they have to finish their mission.
Yeah, the being the Thanos of tag team wrestling, basically, which is very poetic, very justifiable. I think this match is. I think you're watching this match too, right?
Yes.
Or yes, on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're watching this live, so please make sure you log in.
It's gonna be great. That's probably gonna be one of the best matches, and the one they just sort of added, not last minute, but last minute was Gresham against Claudio. That's gonna be like a pure wrestling.
Who was his previous opponent
for Gresham?
Before Claudio, it was someone
So
else.
they had nobody in mind yet.
But he was promoted for the card.
Yes, but he didn't have a contender.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
the announcement.
So he basically
started.
hasn't had a contender in forever, because it used to be Rush when he had the mask, and some other people before him. So he used to be the Ring of Honor, the one that Yuta has. He used to be the Ring of Honor pure champion, and he's literally pure wrestler. So then he kind of like didn't forfeit, but he gave up that one to go to the main one, and now he's like the champion. Basically, the foundation, before the foundation, that was like his faction, or he was part of that faction. Before they split up, he basically became champion. Then that's what the beef of him and Jelito and some other people, that's how the foundation split up.
There you guys have it. But honestly, with the Briscoe and the FTR, I thought that promo was pretty awesome, especially when you have Clase Azul. You know what I'm saying? That thing really costs more than $100 of tequila, and seeing them dumping it like that. Nearly, I shed two tears. Like, I'm like, yo, that was some good ass tequila dropping on the ground. But I think what they say is pretty good. The first time, wasn't a fluke. The second time is just going to be poetic. We're trying to prove a point that we are the champion. We are here to complete the mission.
And on top of that match, they made it. Now it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls.
Yes, which was a great add-on.
They have to go. Has to be the last match of the night.
Or
it'll start it, but you have to. That basically has to
start up too.
Yeah, because it's gonna take at least an hour. At least
worth of your money though.
At least, and I think they have to go to 3 falls, and I feel like
one each. Yeah, I could see that, and then I think the finish. Yep.
I think maybe the Briscoes could take the first fall. They could win the first one, so it might be 1-0. So putting the pressure on FDR.
You have to, because they're the champion and they're trying to. I mean, either order, my pick is still FTR because I agree the mission has to be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole theme. That's the whole topic. That's the main conversation. Can they prove it was not a fluke? The Briscoe brother claims that they've been working in and out, and they were just tired that day, and that's why they got a lucky hit. But it turns out FTR is they're not jokers. They're ace. They're definitely in their A game, ready to take over and be truly the kings of the tag team division worldwide.
Yeah, because the only one they need, as we mentioned before, the only one, Impact and NWA, and that's it. MLW, but MLW, they could go MLW and take it, but
I mean, either or.
NWA and Impact, the story could be there, and I think we could maybe see something working with AEW and Impact, because I wouldn't mind seeing Young Bucks at Impact because they have to go against the Good Brothers, then take that, and then you have once again Young Bucks and for this one.
Okay.
Or even them at NWA wouldn't be too bad.
Or they could just relinquish all the belt, be like, yeah, we're done. Yeah. We broke our backs. Like Mike Tyson, I broke my back. My back is broken. Yeah. But talking about tag team division, shout out to Mr. Swerve. Mr. Swerve is not a 1-time, he's not a 2-time, but a 3-time tag team champion. One with our favorite guy, Mr. Lovable Teddy Bear, Keith Lee. But he has 2 belts with what's his name again? Guys, you should know me by now. I forget names so easily. I got it right here though.
Yeah, he was
Christopher Daniel, the Fallen Angel.
For what company? I forgot that there was another. There's another indie company, right?
Yeah, it's 2 indie belts. One is Defy.
Okay.
And the other one, I sent it to us earlier in the chat. There was another one too. There was another indie brand, and it was he's put in the
Yeah.
work. Basically, at the end of the day, he has 3 belts.
But I feel like he needs
here's
to.
the image. Boom, boom, boom. 3 belts.
Yeah, he needs to not be a main eventer, but he has the talent, the skill, and everything to be a main eventer. I want to see him. Like, I like that he's a tag team, and basically that's like get you in the door. Now it's like
It's 2022.
Yeah.
2023 might be the year for Swerve to actually be more of a single competitor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just continue on. Just finish this story. You know what I'm saying? End 2022, 2 being a pair number, right? As, you know what I'm saying, the tag team champions. And then after, the starting of the new year, before, what's the AEW WrestleMania? Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
That's where you kind of start building for yourself.
Because right now, as we speak, it's almost 8:00. AEW is happening, and I know
it's the Wednesday we had to switch our schedule.
There's doing finally that the FTR title. He has an open challenge, so he's facing somebody now, a new guy, Ricky Starks. So if he continues the FTW championship, yeah. So if he continues the open challenge, that'd be a good way for Swerve to take one, because I know they had feud before. Or Keith, but to have a feud, with that, because I know the FTW championship hasn't not been on ice, but hasn't been.
You're saying this is a good thing, right? A belt that has not been defended for nearly a year and change, maybe a few matches, but not really like at its full core, right? Is it good for the belt? Is it going to help it elevate it more? Do you believe that AEW or any Ring of Honor, because they work with Ring of Honor as well, you think they have anyone that's going to be able to give that type of like push forward, to give it that what's the word? The prestige.
Yeah, I feel like Ricky Stark has the prestige, but it's just like it's just an accessory with them. It's not he is a champion, but that title is not recognized by anybody at the moment, or had never been recognized by anybody.
It's equivalent right now to the 24/7 belt.
No, it's matter of fact, it's more closer to $1 million belt.
God dang.
So it's like that. So it's like it is a good title, but it's like it's if they don't challenge or nothing, it's just more of an accessory than a real like contender belt, whatever. So the title has history, it means something. But like Ricky Stark, I appreciate that he's open challenges here and there, but like it needs to be put more, not at risk, but more contenders. But also Ricky Stark injuries and stuff, so I see why he doesn't do it.
The Roman Reigns treatment, I feel you, but at the same time, hopefully we do get an announcement of a new champion while we're recording. We're not sure how long our recording going to be tonight. I don't think we can really reach the hour and a half, but
because today's night 2 of Fyter Fest.
Yes,
and I think the main event is going to be Eddie Kingston and Jericho.
That's going to take a while. But we also have John Moxley, Wheeler versus the Best Friends. There's not a lot of great. I think that's like the one that really stand out to me.
But I will say, kind of sticking with the tag team topic.
Okay.
Yesterday, on Tuesday in NXT, Cora Jade.
Yes, she did.
Dumped kind of a Alundra Blaze situation. She dropped. She basically forfeited or they basically tossed the tag team.
The women's tag team.
Women's tag team. Yep. But so that means is the NXT / WWE tag team division over? Because we have Sasha Banks and them. They gave that up.
Yep.
And you have Cora Jade, one half of the title. The other person still has a title. Gave it up. So is this a sign of like the tag team division over for the women's division, or are we maybe see it in the future?
So last week we really talked about this on how the WWE women's tag team is not really much booked. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have the same type of respect or name level. Not even close to the 24/7 belt. At least with the 24/7 belt, you see at least on Monday night constantly. Even if it's for like 5 seconds, you see the belt. But with the
I think it's sorry. And even on Monday, the 24/7 changed 7 times because they were like the hot potato with a belt.
5 seconds.
Even Alexa Bliss got it, which is good for her. She got a title in 2022.
Wow, she really is a Grand Slam champion. Yeah. Kudos for you. But it doesn't have the same type of respect anymore. So this is a way of WWE saying we're resetting, we're trying to do, go back to having just men's tag team champion belt. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how the story is pushed.
Yeah, because I think
if her partner is still keeping with the belt, you know what I'm saying? They could have her be in a tag team match, lose her part of the belt, and then the new women's tag team could try to elevate it.
I think that's I think, but that's what's gonna happen. But I think that might be Toxic Attraction might be 2 against 1. They will win the title back, and they might they might not make them go to all the brands, but I think the tag team division for the women is supposed to be like defended all the way across when they start in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think that it could be a way. You know how they had the Freebird rules. Same thing with the New Day. 2 of them have it, like 2 out of the 3 compete. So that could be a.
You think Mandy Rose is going to be part of a tag team match?
Yes, because I think we had yesterday Starks. She won the Battle Royale and she's an ex-contender. She could possibly defeat Mandy Rose, and that's a way for her to recall up to the main roster, and she could bring her friends over and bring Toxic Attraction, especially now that's on TV 14, that's got bumped up. They could be brought over to the main roster and even bring the tag team division over.
If it's rated T14, the most we're going to see is just more girls wearing bikinis.
No, yeah, but just language and yeah.
Like if you guys remember the rated TV 14 shows, there was a little bit more cussing. So the one word that they didn't really drop out heavily was the F-bomb. But the asshole shit, bitch. Yeah. I mean, bitch is fine, but calling a person a bitch is going to be ass. Ass is going to be all over the place. Females were more idolized, more like trophy.
They were showing more than when they were previous. They were like, but I think that'll be a good now that the rating changes and
blood, a lot of bloods,
and Mandy Rose kind of like maximizing, which is she's been doing great for the NXT division. It'd be a good way for her to basically progress to the main roster and bring basically like not what the New Day is, but kind of the New Day of the female division. Is the thing.
I agree with your earlier point. Yeah. If Toxic Attraction win this tag team, like if they build that story, they have been doing a hell of a job in representation of women's tag team, which I love, right? I don't agree with the Freebird rule because I don't think Mandy Rose is going to give up that belt. One of my favorite mottos, if it ain't broke, it don't change it.
No, true.
And so far, she's trying. Right now, they've been promoting the days that she's been champion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what they did with Asuka.
Asuka is 500. Yeah.
No, it's same thing with Io. It's same thing with Io Shirai too, and they like.
No, because she's right behind Io. That's why. Yeah. And like after Asuka is Shayna Baszler with 416 days around there, and then after that is Io with like 3 and change. So they're trying to push that story, see if Mandy could be ranked up, which I kind of like because similar in basketball, we always root for like LeBron James to see if he's going to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all time scoring. You know what I'm saying?
Which
like,
he might, but
no, he is. Yeah. No, by the time he retires, he is, and he's going to like nobody after that. It's going to be a while for them to touch that. But my point is, Mandy Rose is doing great for NXT. You know what I'm saying? What you just said, it proves my point of why it's not a good idea to move her out of NXT, because if you do move her up, right, the way how she is with this height and she brings Toxic Attraction, unfortunately, like many other stars that went to Raw or went to SmackDown, I'm not saying they're moving. I don't like that terminology or that term that they use, like moving up the roster. No. If they go to Raw or they go into SmackDown, unfortunately, they're going to be washed up.
No, but they could hold it. For me, it's like the way, if I was booking them, I would unfortunately have the only way for her to move across to the other brands, lose the title, cool. But at least with the Freebird rules, it gives you could rotate. So it not protects, but like it's more of a team. So it protects you from injury. So not all the same pair has to. That's the good thing about New Day, that like they could rotate if something happens or whatever injuries. They could all 3 be tag team champions and they could rotate. So, and also depending who you're facing, you could switch it up because it's not everybody wrestles the same. So you have 3 people wrestling instead of 2, and the variety changes. And also your opponent doesn't know who you're facing until the day of.
But all right, the previous NXT Women's Champion, right? Raquel.
Yep.
You see my point?
Yeah, but it's different. I think
my point is this, but your reaction said it all. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I mentioned her name, and when she was in the NXT working with Dakota, Mandy, all the
but like if she didn't move, like for example, I feel like if she, let's say she never won the title, or whatever. Well, even I think she was she a double champ? I don't think she was a double champ.
She's a 2-time.
No, but like. NXT, I don't think she was like but like let's say if she was a tag team champion, right? And then they made her like go across. I think she'll be more successful, a little bit more with Dakota with tag team than her by herself. I feel they don't know how to, like in NXT she was built strong and picture like everything around her.
She was a badass.
And in the big leagues,
it's NXT, and that was part of NXT 2.0.
And now her moving over, they don't know. She's too much of a babyface. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
But do you understand the point? It's like as soon as you have something solid in the, they're no longer the golden black. They're now more of the
basically 2.0.
In the 2.0 era, right? When you have something solid in the 2.0 era, you want to hype it up and trying to continue and keep that momentum going. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't translate. It doesn't transition well, I should say, to SmackDown or to Raw. And especially Raw having 3 hours. Are you telling me within 3 hours we cannot get more NXT star, a better storyline to, hype up the show in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Within the hour or so.
We've had...
Well, quick. But the thing is like, they get washed away. Yeah. Look at my boy Ciampa. Now he's a tag team champion for the Miz. Now
he's basically his like henchman.
Exactly.
But he'll be part. The good thing about it, you get the Miz rub, and he will be part. Not part of the matchup, but he'll be part.
Alexander Black, when he went to the main one, he never got a chance to the heavyweight or to a good title match. You know what I'm saying? Ricochet barely got.
But he was a U.S. title champion. He was
during the pandemic.
No, he was U.S. champion. He was Intercontinental until recently. Gunther went across. Basically, Walter came across. Now he's the
Gunther.
Gunther,
shout out to you, man. You are an inspiration for all the big boys around the world, saying that we could do it and get that 6-pack during the summer season. Shout out to you.
But he's the IC title. So let's see. His title run has been good.
But you get my point. Yeah. It took a while for Ricochet to be IC US. You know what I'm saying? Cedric. Not Cedric.
He was IC. Apollo Crews.
Apollo.
He was
lost
IC
his accent. Now he lost his accent after moving up to the card, becoming the US or the IC champion, going and changing his accent. Now back in 2.0. Now he's trying to rebuild the name again, but unfortunately he's been taking some unnecessary L. I'm sorry, but I got it. You're trying to push him.
Yeah, you're trying
to push other talent. I get that, but you see what I'm saying? Those are like certain Andrade with Zelina. They did not work. They didn't last that long.
He was a U.S. champion, and he had he had a decent run as a U.S. champion, and the same thing with Rusev too.
Rusev was nearly heavyweight.
He never.
But he was U.S. He wasn't tag team.
And he was in IC. I think he was in the. But he was in. But I feel like it's up to. It's not it is creative's fault.
Oh.
But for the Raquel situation, she just too much of a from what she was in NXT until now, it's a big difference. So it's like it's not crossing over.
Let's talk about other females. Nikki, almost champion, almost hero.
She was a champion.
But barely.
But she was a champion.
But barely. What other women's champion? Asuka came in with kicking the door.
Yeah, but for the situation for that division, it's the 4 horsewomen. That's the issue. But you have.
But again, she's the only example that I think in the women side of wrestling, athletes that did pretty well. Winning Money in the Bank, winning the Royal Rumble, winning nearly all the titles. Wait, she actually won the tag team with Charlotte.
Yeah, but
Alexa Bliss too.
But basically, basically everybody from the women's division except Natalya and Tamina came through NXT. Everybody in the roster.
Rondo didn't.
Yeah, okay. She's outside. But I'm saying from WWE itself, everybody from the roster of the women's division.
Yeah, because of the day that Stephanie McMahon introduced everybody into.
But I think it could happen. I know Stark basically came through. She won the Battle Royale, and she's the next contender. She could possibly take it from Mandy Rose. Who knows? Let's see how this progress. But now that the tag team division, it's unknown, uncertain. I think there's a way for Toxic Attraction to get it back. Like you mentioned, 2 against 1, and they could get it back and basically they reign supreme, and they could even move, like rotate all the way through all 3 brands to at least showcase the title. But I don't know, because you still got 3 hours of Raw to fill. Yes,
I agree. You have 3 hours of Raw to fill. Yeah. I don't mind if NXT talent are able to fill that card so they could get more recognition. I don't disagree. But the thing is that WWE doesn't do well in booking and delivering those type of talent to success. Because part of our previous conversation is that they don't want to build younger star to the top, because then if an older star start to show up and is like, oh my gosh, we have too much star power. What we gonna do? It's like, nah, bro, just work a story. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're, and I'm going to take back something I said last week. The Miz is a true Grand Slam champion, and he is a great wrestler as well as a great performer. He's one of the few people that I could really, beside as well as Dolph Ziggler, even though you and Frank was like double team like boss, but you guys were like, you guys were. The thing is, like, you guys were attacking me hard on that.
But the Dolph Ziggler thing, it was like, yes, he was champion, he's good. It's not his era.
I don't want to talk about his.
But that was just I don't want
to talk about his accolade. I want to talk about, besides Dolph Ziggler, right? The Miz is the only superstar, A tier, S tier, A minus, A plus, A minus, whatever tier you have him in, he's the only person I could think of that is willing to work the beginning, the middle, and the end, or even during the break time, and make it a hell of a moment for the audience. He does that well. I cannot think of.
And I think I saw. I forgot. I don't know if I saw Twitter. I'll when I find the source, I'll give credit to. But I saw for the past 19 years.
Yeah.
SummerSlam has not had. It has been one of these two, the Miz or Dolph Ziggler, has been involved in SummerSlam for the past 19 years.
And Randy Orton.
And part of either that or part of the IC.
And Brock
picture.
Lesnar too. Brock Lesnar has been.
But like continuous, like for the 19 years, they've been. You've seen either or.
Randy Orton, because Randy Orton is Mr. SummerSlam as well. But the Miz, my point is, Miz, I do apologize for my last episode comment, but you truly are a hell of a wrestler as well as a performer with the promo and everything. Man, you have a beautiful wife of Maurice, God bless her soul, and your 2 beautiful kids. But you are definitely a person that we should be respecting more often. And it's like that type of person is what WWE need to understand is like, if you have those type of stars, right, and you're building up other star, then move your prime players to the slots that people are not that attentive to, and then have them gain those moments. You know what I'm saying? Because if in the rating, right, you're saying your spikes are in the beginning, the middle, the 8:10, 9:15, and then the 9:50 time or 10:50 time frame, right? You're telling me that in the dips shouldn't be the time that you should put like the New Days, Randy Orton, a John Cena, you know what I'm saying? Someone who is not like a full-time wrestler, you know what I'm saying? But someone who could definitely build that so you will have more of a plateau than more dips. In your
I think that's what we're going to see next week in Raw. Because I know for Raw, we had an episode of the Miz TV, Miz and Jake Paul.
Yep.
And Jake Paul will have his own show on Monday just to stick it to the Miz. And it should be interesting because he's a good host. He got his own podcast and everything. So basically, he's basically saying, like, whatever you could do, I could do better. So we'll see how this whole works out in SummerSlam.
I'll be frank with you. The only time I knew Logan Paul had a podcast where it was 2 occasions. the first one was a reel talking about like, did you really pay, this amount of money for the Charizard thing during your match against Mayweather, right? The second time is with the Island Boys. That
was a funny one.
Those two, like, that's the only time I ever known that he had a podcast.
No, it's decent. It's good.
But it doesn't attract. It doesn't catch my attention.
But he's more for Generation
X.
After us.
So right now we're in
basically the 2000.
He's doing it in Generation Z and also Generation Alpha, which is the current.
So I feel like they signed him to use to get more of the younger crowd and the social media like fans to be like, oh, Logan, and eventually his brother he mentions like, oh, if I could possibly maybe work with his brother, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
It's not.
But it'd be good for for what they are, because they're trained. One of them, it's the younger brother's better at boxing than he is, but
that's a fact.
So they're like performers and they've done TV and stuff, so they kind of know what the cameras and stuff.
And by signing a WWE contract, which I'm assuming I don't know his pocket, but I'm assuming it's definitely
good money,
multiple 6-figure type of digits. Like he's kind of good. He's kind of good for the next few years.
Yeah, and he's young too.
And if WWE allow him to continue doing his YouTube stuff on the side like they do with Pat McAfee, like the kid is straight.
Yeah. So I feel like they're getting basically they're going more mainstream, like with their stars, more athletic, which is fine. So at least
it's not a bad thing.
It changes the program, but wrestling needs to evolve. So we have to not get used to. It's gonna be a little bit weird in the beginning because we're gonna see like them develop, but as soon as they have a full package, it's gonna be a good.
Look, I'm gonna use a line that Damon Wayne said in his interview with Hot 97. Right, he did an interview, with Roxburgh, and everybody in that, and he clearly said, in this generation time, I can still use the same joke, but it's how I deliver it to the people to know that it's a joke and not take it like so sensitive, because we live in a sensitive era. But he said it's how you deliver the joke so people would know it's a joke and not like an offense. So what I'm trying to point out is with WWE is that if you bring in these athletes, right, it's not about like what they're bringing to the table, because they already have a fan base, right? We get that. They're athletes. Yeah. That's the only reason why they're getting the contract. It's how you build that talent. You know what I'm saying? If you build the talent correctly and have them work well with people that are going to be compatible with their skill set or something to compensate of what they're missing, like the discussion that we had about Eddie Kingston working with a lot of A-Star and S-Star level in AEW, if you do that same type of formula with these kids, yes, people would not care if they, never wrestle a day in their life, but they're delivering good products, and also, that's what they have to do.
And also, it's also more of like a dance. So you dance with somebody, basically performing with somebody that's done it. So then he's not gonna, depending who it is, he's not gonna make you look bad. And so the person develops. Like I know we have. Congrats to Jade. She's reached over, I think, was it 500 days?
Yep, she's past 500 days.
And she's 34-0 so far. So we got at least 16 more matches, because I was like, oh, she will go 50-0 and maybe drop it. Who knows?
Maybe. We're hoping. We're crossing fingers.
But I think she surpassed Goldberg. I think Goldberg was like close to, for his going undefeated. So
he was like nearly 100.
No, like for length. No, length of time.
But
because he was literally wrestling every day, like every show.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was putting the title on the line.
She's put like pacing herself.
He was wrestling before he even got the title, guys. Yeah. Let's clarify, because I know you finger fighters typing hard right now. He been wrestling undefeatedly, close to 100 wins before he lost it during a title match where he lost it. Yes. If it's more than that, his time frame, kudos. But to me, it's like I wish she would just wrestle more than just being, like working on the mic or having Strokey doing all the talking. And you know what I'm saying? It is just like for the women division, kudos. I think you're only like 22 days behind or whatever days left, less than 20 days to surpass Asuka title reign because Asuka is 522. So that's, kudos for you if you beat that for AEW. But to me, it's just like, even if you get 50 win, if you were more of a fighting champion, personally, this is just my personal opinion. If she was more of a fighting champion, and I know she's not the most technical wrestler, but at least, Dark, what's the other one?
Rampage,
Rampage.
Elevation.
If she was just doing those type of matches back to back, those number adds up, and I would have been like, yo, that's amazing.
But the thing is, because it's a teen, she got the TBS title. I think they have an agreement with them that we have to showcase it. So I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, you could go to Elevation or. That's
YouTube though.
So
it's still AEW, but it's just YouTube. It's not like she's taking it to TNT and defend the title. True. I'm saying like. No. It's like going on Friday. TNT on Fridays to defend. I'm not saying going to Rampage. I'm like, you do it on a Monday night because we all know we've been to the show. Everything is done in one night. That's not a big surprise. So they could do it. You know what I'm saying? All in one night. Monday she had a match. Tuesday you do two in 25 weeks. That's 50 wins easily, and then you multiply that by another 2. That's 100. And less time too within the year.
Basically, she'll be wrestling. If she wrestles not every,
but let's say every week.
So 4 times a week, and this would be a month and a half, 2 months. It's a little crazy.
It's 52 weeks in a year, so already that would be like, 104 wins. That'd be 104
and that's
wins
not including that's not including pay-per-views and stuff. Yeah,
Diablo.
Yeah, but I don't think she could have handled that schedule. But
no, I wish they built her for that type of schedule. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Also talking about new talent, I think, like I mentioned before, I think Sikoa might. He still has a program with Von Wagner. I would like to see him maybe after SummerSlam or sometime soon with his brothers over with the tag team champions or basically the Samoan dynasty or like. And I think I've heard it. I was listening to other podcasts just to see what goes on, whatever. So some topics that I want to give credit to. I was listening a little bit to the Jobber Tears podcast. They mentioned. I thought it was a good point that one of them mentioned. You know how SummerSlam we have Brock, we have Roman,
we have Randy too.
No. At the moment for this SummerSlam that's happening this week, so we have Roman and Brock.
Oh, I thought.
We have Theory with the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They threw an idea there. I was like, oh, it caught my attention. How about it could be another Heyman guy, and Heyman could basically betray what he did to Brock, do to the Chief, and that'd be your next Paul Heyman guy. Because that's the only thing that Theory is missing. Not missing the title, but like if he has some guidance, he could take.
So for clarification, right? If he cash in the check, right?
The Money in the Bank, yeah.
Does he get both belts from Roman, or does he get one of the belt?
Because it'd be undisputed. It's both. It's both. And the thing that he could do that, like they mentioned on their podcast, he doesn't have to pin them. He could make it a triple threat and count them out. So let's say they do a spot on the outside, tackle whatever, and they fireworks whatever. Theory comes in, catches in, goes to the ring, count to 10, and wins.
Someone has to. The way how I've seen the Money in the Bank, and just tell me if I'm wrong, the referee have to let the fighter know, whoever is the champion, like, hey.
No, you could cash it in anytime.
Yeah, but the way how they done it before is like the ref always check. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, ring the bell.
But they could cash it in. You know what I'm saying? You could cash it anytime, anywhere.
I'm remembering the Seth Rollins cash
like any. You know what I'm saying? Like. During, so you don't. They do it out of courtesy. They're like, "You ready to go?" That's how kind of what happened with Ronda Rousey on the last pay per view. But like,
no, they do it with
but Ronda Rousey, but like the most recent one, Ronda Rousey got cashed in and Money in the Bank,
and she
for this. Are you ready? Then they had like a little match sort of,
and Liv got it. Yep,
but
it's not the first time too. Bailey did it better.
So in order for Roman, like that was a good point for them that they mentioned. It's like Roman doesn't hurt by losing it that way, and Brock doesn't hurt if they get counted out.
But this will be the second time that Roman and Brock loses the belt,
but not by count out.
But by a third party, just like
true. But they don't get like it's not they didn't lose. it was kind of a default, and that fits Theory's thing because not by any means necessary, but that's like his thing. And I was like, that was a good point. That I was like, that's
So what happened with Ziggler?
I didn't count on that, but I was like,
that would be my one question to if the job tiers are listening to this podcast, right? What would happen with Ziggler? Is Ziggler going to be contender?
And also AJ too, because he had a scuffle.
Yeah, like is
wait, he's going to cock block and mess it up. Like
involved now. If Roman is only the competitor he goes after. You know what I'm saying? It's like who's go? What's the follow up to that?
Yeah.
I don't
because if I was Dolph Ziggler, I literally would like be waiting and I would like you're not like I will make his life so miserable that I will not let him every time he try to cash in, mess it up for him.
I mean.
But I'm saying, I didn't thought about the X Factor, which is Dolph Ziggler. But like, take away Dolph Ziggler, that wouldn't be a good programming setup. Because Theory could win it. It doesn't hurt Roman. He could go wait for a little bit, but like go home, recover, get a vacation, whatever. Brock Lesnar goes away, or even Brock Lesnar go against Theory, which would be crazy. But neither of them lose anything by losing by DQ. Okay, because they neither got pinned or submitted. So Theory, he goes up the ranks super quick, but, and he's also a Vince guy. So him being a Vince guy, then maybe
he translates
Paul Heyman could be like, active, he wants to go what the title is.
Okay. I see you. I feel you. I'm not mad at the idea.
It was like, I thought about it. I was like, that's not, it was a good thought.
Terrible.
I was like,
it's not terrible.
Especially for SummerSlam, because I don't think it's going to be a crazy good pay-per-view, so you throw something crazy like this, how they did for Money in the Bank.
But I'm glad you're saying that, right? Because I don't mind that idea, right? But what would be what would make SummerSlam at least a great show besides that narrative? May or may happen.
I would maybe throw the Rock, and that's only Rock or John Cena.
Okay.
That's only like
okay. What about return of Bayley? Do you think that could help out the rating for SummerSlam?
No.
Why is that?
There hasn't been any, so it'll be she'll get a pop. I hope.
I mean,
she's been away for a while.
She's been away for more than 300 days.
on Raw. There's been somebody doing promos on the background. I don't know. It could be Edge. Because they give you things about Rey Mysterio, like a mask and Eddie and stuff. Or it could be also Bayley. I don't think it's Wyatt. But
God bless no.
No, but I'm saying like Bray Wyatt does cameos like programs like that, like promos like that. But it could be Bayley or Edge. I think if Edge comes back, we'll get more of a pop. Then I don't know how Edge will be like programmed into the whole situation. But I don't know. Bayley, she hasn't been, for me, it's like she hasn't been in the mix or in my mindset that like But
it's not about that. It's just having her return in general.
But towards who or like.
Doesn't matter. Just her return. You know how she left. She left all as a heel, a bit of psychotic, being all like narcissism, be like, it's me. It's always about me. I mean, she could join with the stable with freaking Finn and Damian.
Judgment Day?
She could join that faction. She could join any faction, create her own faction. You know what I'm saying? She could go after Liv for the belt because like she made SmackDown the champion belt.
Do you think Rousey will win it back or?
Have you seen Rousey? I don't think Rousey is gonna get I don't think they're gonna make Liv Morgan look like it was a fluke. Yeah. I don't believe that. I believe that Liv Morgan is going to give a hell of a match. And if anything, that match, to go towards my point, will give more reason for Bayley to be the one to either interrupt it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And be like, hey, the same thing what Becky's doing with Belair in Raw. Bayley could be the one for SmackDown and be like, nah, Ronda, you ain't the one. I'm the one who's going to get this belt from Liv. And then Liv will be having that, triangle type of storyline with Rousey if she still wants to be part of WWE, but Bayley, who should be a little bit much healthier. But the one thing I'm kind of worried about is how loyal she's going to be to the brand, knowing that her best friend is, doing what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? That's like my one.
Yeah, because the Bayley situation, I see your point. I just haven't even she hasn't been in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no promos or social media or nothing. Like,
I don't mean to cut you like that, but at the same time, it's just like SmackDown has not have a strong women's storyline too. Natty, shout out to Natty and your sister for doing that swimsuit shot. You made JR risk it all for them.
He needs to watch out.
He was willing to risk a heart attack, diabetes, everything for that for them photos. But like, you just get Natty time to time. You get Ronda. Maybe you get Charlotte if she return
she's potentially could return back. So
Asuka. Maybe, but I think Asuka has been working more on Raw than SmackDown. There's not a lot of talent. Alexa Bliss here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that also, you could have people.
Sonya.
That's your issue is lack of women in that SmackDown division. If you threw maybe Toxic Attraction in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, because imagine Mandy against, at the moment she's really good. Imagine her against Liv.
Mandy was built for SmackDown when she would transition to SmackDown. That was her brand. She was doing hell of a job, being the beauty, being the girl.
But she's way better now. The complete package. She completed, like, she evolved and became like a.
But can the story complement her accomplishment in NXT?
Yeah, because I think. She's slightly better than Liv at the moment.
Here's another argument, because I think this conversation, our episode has been more about women wrestling, which is great, which is amazing than any other ones that we even thought of. Shayna Baszler, right? Mm-hmm. Ruthless of the Ruth, out of that 4 horsewoman, right? Badass in NXT. Goes to, I think she went to either SmackDown. I think it was strongly SmackDown. Mm-hmm. And, she shown I'm a tough girl, I'm the bad bitch, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And she's working with the jobbers, she's working with the midway of that division. And as soon as she tried to get a championship type of contendership, it falls out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But she had a strong reputation in NXT that didn't translate all the way when she got to that championship level. I'm afraid for Mandy Rose is that she's going to be able to, dance with a little bit of it. Be like, I got my eyes on you. I got my eyes on you. Let's say, like, I got my eyes on you. I got my eyes on you. I'm going for it. And then she worked with Aaliyah. She worked with, Natalia. She worked with, Raquel and beat them again and beat them and beat them. And then when they go to championship level, right? Oh, what we're going to do with Ronda? What we're gonna do with
Bayley, that's the thing.
It's
like what
we're gonna do with Charlotte. What we're gonna do with Becky, Alexa. You know, like how we're gonna.
But I will say now. I'm saying now. I'm not saying
the problem is when it comes to the women division.
Yeah, I will say now it's not the opposite for Dolph because he had his time, and now it's the top of the divisions, like big guys, and it changed a lot. So. He'd be more suited, for example, the IC top mid-card situation. I feel like now for her, since you have Becky busy in Raw, right?
She's doing great with
Raw. I'm saying, at least she's in Raw. Bianca Belair in Raw. So she's two strong people out of the way. Charlotte, at the moment, she's not to be seen.
But it doesn't hurt.
But I'm saying, so she's out of the picture. You have Sasha out of the picture. So you don't have, basically out of the 4 horsewomen.
Naomi too.
Yeah, but almost out of the 4 horsewomen, those kind of like blocking people to move up to the main event. So Becky's over there. Sasha's gone.
Alexa Bliss, Carmella.
But Raw.
I thought Carmella was working SmackDown.
No, she
was Raw. She working in Raw?
Yes.
Alexa Bliss is
Raw
as well.
Yeah.
I thought she was doing some promotion on SmackDown.
She was Raw.
She was Raw.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm saying right now be her time to like go to SmackDown, and the only challenge who's active at the moment, it's Ronda Rousey, right? She's going for the SummerSlam. So Ronda Rousey, Liv Morgan, Raquel, Shotzi, Natalia. She could take Mandy could take him
too.
Yeah, but I'm saying Mandy could take him and be kind of like the best person at the moment. Then you could have Charlotte and her. Then we'll see her progress because Charlotte.
If you could work with Charlotte, then
you know what I'm saying. So like she's champion. She talks better now. She performs better than she used to. So it's now we see her evolution and see if she could keep up with Charlotte. Because Charlotte's like the best of the best of the best.
Of course.
So if she could keep up with her or even somehow pull a win from Charlotte, it brings her to another level.
Okay.
So that's always like maybe with Toxic Attraction, because she will need help.
Of course.
So you have that Toxic Attraction on the outside, or you know what I'm saying? So it's like for story purposes, and they still could have the tag team. So it's like now will be her time to at least go to SmackDown.
But the wedge would be Bayley. If Bayley shows up,
that's the only issue.
SmackDown, that's a wedge.
That's the only issue. But at the moment, it's clear.
I'm not mad at
you know what I'm
the
saying?
idea.
Clear path to go literally SmackDown and take over the division and be the champion. She hasn't been, because she was a tag team champion. So that's
all right.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we have this conversation, and there's more to come too. Just I feel like when it comes to the women division overall, I think they're doing a really good job. Even Nyla Rose working with Schleifer,
Maria Shafir.
Yeah, doing a great job.
And I think Serena Deeb is going against Mercedes Martinez for the Ring of Honor. So there's contenders. There's people building up there.
Exactly.
And I think the new baddie, that's not a baddie for Jade. She defeated her, but Mark Sterling. No, it's Mark Sterling. Her advocate. So he wants her in, but so at least that might cause some friction between
maybe
the baddies. But the division's decent. I just want to see, for Jade, I want to see more ring stuff. We haven't seen her against Athena yet, and we haven't seen her against Chris Stylander. So that's the two matches that she has to the two big people that she has to overcome. Tony, not yet. Don't bother with the TNT title. Go with the AEW, Ring of Honor, or even compete for
keep working on
competing. But I feel like it's so far. I appreciate that the women's division and the brands, the TV brands, AEW and WWE and NXT.
Well said.
They have evolved to now that it's not more watchable, but now they're performers. They have stories instead of like the 90s, which I didn't mind the 90s. But like now it's a new era, and I appreciate that they giving us story, performance, and I wish they would take it more seriously. But those who are the main headliners, like the people that take it seriously, they have main event and pay-per-views, and they even have pay-per-views of their own. So I appreciate that I just want to see the new crop of people coming, especially for NXT. There's a couple of good performers. They just haven't been put the whole package together. They either have the look and not the moves yet, or the name, or so we might see maybe some people moving up. Nikita Lyons, I want to see what her progression. Eventually, she'll get her NXT chance. But I want to see what she could do, and like, because she martial arts and she has a look and she could talk. So,
well said. So let's do two more topics and then we close the show. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like for you to pull out the card that you guys are going to be seeing for Ring of Honor. If you have already written down, that's even better. But if you pull the card,
so we have so far.
Hold on.
That's the
last topic. That's the last topic.
I got it here.
Talking about returns, right? I mentioned Bayley. There's another person, big name, might be making a big return around September in All Out. He's been out for more than 250 plus days. We've known him for as many names, you know what I'm saying? But the big one that he recently was going by was the belt collector. You know what I'm saying? You guys know him as the janitor, the fallen angel. You know the Golden Glove. He killed it in all multiple platforms except for WWE. His name is not Alpha, Beta, Sigma. His name is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega may be returning for All Out. Luisito, with this type of information that's being leaked or being spoken in our community, what's your thoughts on that?
I would wait. Make us want it more.
Okay, interesting.
Because for me, it's like I've never thought I would see a AW without Kenny.
Okay.
Because he's basically the foundation. Basically, Young Bucks, him, and Cody are the foundation of AW.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Those were the foundation plus Jericho. So we lost to, like, he left and he went to WWE, Cody, and we didn't know what's going to happen, and they're running fine. Kenny Omega was the guy, tag team champion, AEW champion, and he got injured and he left. So they started getting more people, and now we see. So we're seeing
companies too.
So now we're seeing that the AEW could run without their headliners or their pillars
or
per se.
Ace. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say wait a little bit longer because right now we had an influx of bunch of basically former WWE people or legends or whatever you want to call it. I would say
Talents.
let those like not fizzle out, but like we still have like the William Regal Collective or basically but it's Battle Combat Club, whatever.
BBC.
But like
BCC.
Just like they still hot at the moment. So wait until because I know most people because we have the pay-per-view coming soon. Maybe we have Claudio, maybe we a champion. We have Yuta a champion, maybe he could lose it. So there's a lot of moving pieces. So I feel they're trying to put people into Ring of Honor that it might give Omega a bigger.
And also Moxley is the interim AEW.
Yep. And CM Punk is injured.
And
so like I would
element.
say it's like if Kenny comes back, cool. Where he's gonna go? He could go anywhere. Tag team, TNT, All Elite,
doesn't
whatever.
matter.
But it's just like he's gonna overshadow the whole division.
So my thoughts: if Kenny Omega does return and All Out, I believe it will be more towards the undisputed elite.
Okay.
I think that would be his focus because they have not been that popping for a while. Yeah. I love Undisputed Era in the NXT days. Hell of a faction, you know. They're not translating well in AEW. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like not a lot of tag team matches with them with the Red Dragons. Not a lot of great storyline being built for Adam Cole, baby, that I believe he deserved.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm not saying that it's only been not even a month. Let's say a month. It's been a month since Forbidden Door.
It's been a while.
No, I'm saying, but at least.
But I'm saying with the time frame.
Yeah, true.
That Kenny left. Adam was already part of the group. Adam brought order between the elites and the Red Dragon to coexist, and that's where they got the undisputed elite. That stable has not been. It's not being mentioned a lot, and I feel like it would be Kenny Omega to bring order to that faction and try to make them, even if he's doing like a management position. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like be the leader, be Adam Cole in a match, take over and just build that faction as it should and have, you know, the Red Dragon win the Ring of Honor or the whatever. Yeah. And then the Young Bucks win the AEW belt or
Impact or whatever,
whatever belt, you know what I'm saying? But just bring that order again, so that way he could. I had this crazy idea. It just hit me right now. I think it would be so dope that Kenny Omega, once he bring order to that faction, to that stable, he calls out Switchblade.
Yeah, I was thinking of him going to New Japan. And bringing basically do what Hangman Page and Adam Cole couldn't do himself and go against Switchblade.
You can't send David to fight Goliath if David ain't ready for that battle. You see what I'm saying? David had to go to, like, if you guys know the Bible, you guys know that David, you know, they gave him armors and this and that. He was like, this is not how I fight. He went to the river, picked up those stones, you know what I'm saying, and then went to fight the Goliath. He needs to get stones. He needs his boys first in order for him to have that superstar stardom once again. And again, he doesn't have to do much. He doesn't have to just be Adam Cole, elevate your boys, because if you elevate your boys, you're elevating yourself automatically, right? Once you do that, right? Even if he doesn't have the heavyweight belt, whatever belt given to him, now you could be like, yo, Switchblade, you came to here during Forbidden Door when I was absent, did your ways, and you think I'm going to let you go away with that being the, like you said, the pillar, you know what I'm saying, the foundation of this brand right here. We gotta go toe to toe. You bring your Bullet Club, I'll bring my boys from the elites, and then we really have. I think that right there will be a beautiful storyline. It's like,
and they could do Winner Takes All too, because I think his boys got.
They could do whatever. Yeah, but just the fact that they could have Kenny Omega and the elites with Undisputed You know what I'm saying? And the good brothers are with the Bullet, but you know what I'm saying? And just build that. I think that's going to be magical.
For me, I just want, if we waited this far, we could wait a little bit longer. Because I feel like All Out soon, it's 2 months from now.
2023 could be a great year.
Like Double or Nothing could be great. You could have something that happens, maybe we could have another Forbidden Door. Who knows? Because they already have a working relationship. So they do, Forbidden Door could be their SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? They could be, because they also have a New Japan dojo in California. So it's like, it's not like they have to travel. They could also keep people in New Japan and the one in California, and they just work with them.
Yep.
So for me, it's just I will wait a little bit because we have a lot of people. We still have trying to put people into their pieces yet. So Ring of Honor, you try to fill that that roster.
Yep.
So that's what we have in this, the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. So we might maybe get new champions, maybe not. So a lot of moving pieces. And Daniel Bryan's situation, who knows? Like everybody, it could potentially have everybody in his group with titles except him. So how would that dynamic will work? You know what I'm saying? Like,
get the North Atlantic, get the Atlantic championship from Pac and take care of that. You know
what I'm saying? Like, it's just dynamic wise. It's just like we have to see what happens this Saturday. To
me, Kenny going against New Japan. You know what I'm saying? With the boys that he could build here from the state, bring it to New Japan, and make that go. I think that's going to bring a lot of traction, but it does take time, and the sooner he shows up, the better it is to build that story, if that's the direction they would like to do. We don't know. Something else a better idea might happen.
I honestly, before he does all that stuff, or maybe after, I will still like to see him against CM Punk.
Of course.
That's a match that I like. Of course. That would be great, because you have like the best in the world.
It could be part of the storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, I beat the person who said I'm best in the world. I tied with, the most technical wrestler. I already beat Moxley, Claudio. I can show you how technical I'm truly am. He could do that, but it could be like more reason of him building up that stardom to then in 2023 be like, all right, you saw what I did in 2022. I rested. I came back. I beaten the best of the best. Now I'm bringing it over to across the pond, and I think that it's going to get more viewership that way, and more like talent be like, all right, we're ready for it. But let's see how it plays out. So to end the show, let's make our prediction for Ring of Honor. You and Big Frank are going up to Lowell, Mass to watch this great event. Is Revenge of the
Death Before Dishonor.
Death Before Dishonor. What a title, man. All right. So what's one of the cards you have?
So we have Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb for the Women's Ring of Honor title.
Okay. So do I see a new champion or do I see still champion? Mercedes been champion for what? A couple of
at least a couple of months at least.
How often do they change a belt in Ring of Honors?
Remember, they haven't been on TV that often. So the Ring of Honor, Deanna Purrazzo had it, and Martinez defeated her.
She was two belt Purrazzo. I think
it was a 2 or 3. She had the AAA Ring of Honor.
Two majority during the pandemic era. Yep.
So she had it for not too long. But Deanna Purrazzo had it for a while.
Yes.
Then Martinez, when she got released and stuff,
but with the TV stuff element to it, Is Serena gonna get a big pop if she does win it? Do I go for the pop or do I go for the story? I'm gonna go for the story. I'm gonna pick Mercedes to retain the belt.
Okay. I think I'm gonna
make your prediction.
We will get Serena Deeb.
All right.
I think new champion again.
New champion. All right. Cool.
We have Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor TV Championship.
Haven't been seeing a lot of Joe. Joe's been pretty quiet.
He was injured.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I have not been seeing a lot.
And he's been doing movies and stuff. So that's not.
He's a movie star. Ooh.
He's not doing. He's not 100% committed. He's still committed, but he got other things in his plate.
I don't want to do this to my big brother, but I'm gonna have to go with Jay Lethal.
Yeah, I think Jay Lethal will appear. He went and appears with that next week. With Double J, Jeff Jarrett with the Ring of Honor title.
That way Joe could just stay committed to whatever side project he's doing.
We also have Willow Yuta versus Dana Garcia with a pure champion. So I think this is pure wrestling. So I think There's certain specific rules to it, but it's literally like the most like Greco wrestling. Like there's no rope break. I think you get 3 rope breaks, and there's specific rules to it. So Yuta versus Garcia.
Wheeler.
Yeah, I think Wheeler might still keep it.
Garcia is still like not a big name in my book. In my world,
He's part of the Jericho.
I know.
Appreciation
I know
Society.
who he.
He's good.
I know who he's associated with, but his name does not like.
It's gonna be a good match, but
doesn't hit me. So,
but Yuta's gonna take it.
Yeah, Wheeler's my pick.
Then we have the FTR versus Briscoe's 2 out of 3 falls for the Ring of Honor Tag Team
retaining champions.
I agree. Same thing. FTR. And lastly, we have the Ring of Honor champion, Jonathan Gresham versus Claudio Castellioni.
New.
You know what? Gresham will retain. He's been
How is he going to retain? Because in order for Claudio to be new, it's either pin or tap. So how is he going to retain?
Submission.
Damn, and so you're not. So no disqualification, none of that. You're saying he's going to do it clean.
Yes, he has to. He's like the babyface, super technical.
Bull.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
We'll revisit this next week.
Yes, please.
With Frank, he'll get. We did
if Frank is busy doing a lot of his artist
but we'll get his feedback. I'll try to get some feedback after the show.
Yeah, Frank should just do like a video thing.
Yeah, like a POV or something. Or
it'd be like, yo, you guys sub, blah blah blah. Just that'll be funny. That'll be funny as a
so that's our predictions. So this Saturday, me and Frank will go. We'll post some pictures, feedback, and we'll get back.
Yeah, let's post a blog on it too.
We'll revisit this next week and see our predictions. Then next week we'll do for SummerSlam.
Okay. Hey, we talk about everything in this pod. So if you guys really enjoy the pod and like our ideas or have other ideas you think we could do to do better and make it more worth your time, because we appreciate our listener of viewing, listening, and supporting us since day one. Thank you, and for the new ones, thank you again for sticking this long with us. We really appreciate you. But share your thoughts, share your comments, let us know what you think. As I comment, our audio should be posted around Sundays, so for you to get an idea of what's going to be happening when the visual stuff could be posted around maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, the latest, for you guys to get our reaction, our faces, and and we're on the YouTube, we're on the Instagram, we're on the Facebook, we're also on the your favorite podcast media like Spotify, Apple Music, anything,
anywhere that you can listen to a podcast, we're there. Just look us up at Providence Lucha Talk.
Yep. So you can follow me on my social media, _JayAguila show. Luisito, where they could find you.
For wrestling stuff, Providence Lucha Talk, if they want to chit chat and throw questions, anything that we could discuss, you could contact us through Providence Lucha Talk or even Luis Marcano at Facebook and Instagram.
Yep. We're working on something special for SummerSlam. And Luisito, hear me out before we close the show, right? What if we do a live stream on Twitch reacting to the show?
Okay. We just gotta find the logistics, but yeah. And the good thing is, I got that Saturday. If it's Saturday, I got that Saturday off.
It's the
Saturday.
30th.
I think it's Saturday.
30th, yeah.
So I think I got Saturday off. So
okay. Let's work on the logistics. So we might be doing our first time live reaction on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Maybe on IG, depending, because IG gives you about an hour or so.
And we also have to figure out the audio, and we'll figure it out.
As long as the video doesn't pick up the full show, the audio, I think we're good. Yeah. But the camera is facing us, not at the thing. So that's another thing too. But and maybe have a little get together too with a collaborative club. Thank you again, guys, for allowing us to use your studio. Luisito, thank you as well for these beautiful belts here. You should tell us some story about these real soon.
We'll make an episode and I'll talk about them. But I try to make it the theme, and I just at least take my collection out of my room into
this is all him. Josh, Jay, Luisito, fire. Yeah. So Providence Lucha Talk, thank you again for listening. Thank you for your time. We say buenas noches, good night, and we are out.
All right, see it.